Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this occasion, I'm gonna continue with how the Playboy girlfriends met Hugh Hefner, the girls of the Next Door reality show. Since in the first video I explained you what was the reality show about a little bit, I didn't explain you like that much, and also I talk to you about how Kendra met Hefner, how she moved in the mansion, and how she was my favorite girl. Okay, so this is a continuation of this video. Okay, so Holly Madison, the way she met Hefner was when she was working as a waitress at the Hooters of Santa Monica in California, while she was attending the Loyola Marymount University in LA. She often attended parties at the Playboy Mansion, where she was introduced to Hefner through mutual acquaintances. After attending several events, she expressed her interest in moving into the mansion. At the time, Hefner had multiple girlfriends. Hefner and Holly met, and Holly joined them after Hefner invited her to live at the mansion. So before the reality show were launched of the girls next door, Hefner used to have way more girlfriends, and they were living with him apparently in the mansion. According to my research, their relationship became more serious with the time, and she became his number one girlfriend over time. This status brought her into the spotlight of the media and television as part of the reality show, which chronicled their lives in the Playboy Mansion. Here is a little bit of history of Holly Madison, some facts about her before she became a girl next door. Holly Madison, born in December 23 of 1979, she is a Capricorn zodiac sign. She is an American television personality who is known as a former girlfriend of Hugh Hefner and for her appearance in the reality show The Girls Next Door. She also starred in her own reality series as Holly's World that was also produced by E! Entertainment, and she has released also 2 books, Down the Rabbit Hole, about her life in the Playboy Mansion and her relationship with Hefner, and the book The Vegas Diaries, Romance, Rolling the Dice, and The Road to Reinvention in 2016. So yeah, she was a Capricorn, which according to the astrology is not very compatible with Aries. But maybe it could have been that they have her rising and moon sign were compatible to him. That can happen too. And also I got the feeling that she I know how Capricorns are. They are very they plan their strategies. They plan their strategies very, very well. They are very methodic with the way they proceed. So I think she was very she was tricky, of course, and she also used the other girls, Kendra and Bridget, and manipulate them both on her own benefit. In fact, there is a playmate that she never liked her besides Barbie Benton. There's a playmate that she never liked Holly. She has criticized her very much, and I'm gonna tell you the name. Oh my god, I don't oh my god, I don't remember her name. She was a Polish playmate who argued that Holly was manipulative, and I have read also comments on Reddit that she used like Bridget Marpet on her benefit, and she manipulated her because she was just very old or older for the reality show supposedly. So she used these arguments to kind of control her, as well as Kendra Wilkinson. And I can kind of realize that in the reality show she kind of manipulate her, making it seems that she doesn't have class supposedly, which is not really, who cares, as long as she be entertaining and fun, and sociable. Who cares for this show if she's classy or no? There is an episode, in fact, where this episode I didn't like it at all because it's about the thematic of the video is about Holly traveling Las Vegas for preparing the Playmate of the Month, while Bridget and Kendra receive Kendra a trainer for her puppy, who is Winnie, Wednesday, this black little puppy. Becky Noyes Reed, and at the same time and at the same schedule, oh my God, Kendra receives an etiquette, class, trainers for she to improve her.
How to sit properly. I'm bad at the way I sit, my legs open all the time like a man. I mean, just little things, not big things, Like that. You know what I've been practicing on lately? Is my listening skills. Okay. Interrupting can be, But I'm very proper otherwise, other than that. Sorry. My first impression when I met Kendra was that she was a very lively, spirited young woman with a lot of energy, but that she probably could use some etiquette skills. Do you guys teach, people not to cuss, too? Yes, because that is my #1 thing. I'm the worst at cussing. Damn it. I want to do it. Keep your feet straight, okay? I feel like cussing helps me, though. Every time you cuss or you say a curse word, you're going to pinch yourself.
Generally, Wednesday is really good and well-disciplined, but every once in a while she gets a little stubborn streak in her. So today, Kathy, the dog trainer, is coming over.
Hi.
I'm Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
Nice
Kathy
to meet
Frill.
you.
Nice to meet you.
That's Wednesday. Come say hi, Bean.
Hi, Winnie. Look at you. Very cute. It's too bad she turns into such a monster, huh?
Well, no, she's really, really, really good. She just has a few things that I want to correct, and I just want us to have a better relationship and understand each other really well.
Okay,
all right.
Sounds good.
Come on, Win. Good girl.
Her level manners when it comes about, how to walk, how to, eat. Oh my God! And this episode I feel is kind of humiliating for Kendra, because it's even for the house staff, for the mansion staff, the butlers and all these dudes that work in the kitchen and whatever. There in this episode there is just a very weird vibe, I don't know, if they were feeling shame for her, and I just didn't like it. And I got the feeling that she planned this episode because this was an episode of the season number 4, if I'm not wrong. And it was of the season 3 or 4. I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna put you here on a tag which season it was. But I don't know. It wasn't good because Kendra was one of the most loved girls by the staff of the mansion, and it was just uncomfortable. It was just weird. When I was a kid and before puberty, or I was a puberty already, I watched the show, but I wasn't very conscious of what really was happening there. Something that I'm grateful is that the show never showed. The only thing that is considered as sexual content or for older audience, is when Kendra used to do the topless celebrating, when every time she lift her top and show her boobs. That was the only crazy thing that I could see in this show. But anyways, I feel that, okay, this is it for Holly till this point of the video. Let's continue with Bridget Marquardt, how she joined the mansion and how she met Ted. And after I continue with, okay, so Bridget Marquardt was around 27 years old when she first met Hefner in 2001 and began visiting the Playboy mansion. Let's remember that she met him after Holly. I thought it was upwards because she's older than Holly, right? Holly was 25 when she moved in the mansion, and Kendra was 28. Bridget. But Bridget moved in the mansion a couple years after. 1 year after Holly. In 2001, she began visiting the Playboy mansion. She was about 28 years old when she moved into the mansion in 2002. So Holly became the first girlfriend, the main girlfriend of Hefner in February of 2002, and Bridget met him in 2001 and moved in the Playboy mansion in the beginnings of 2002 also. She became interested in Playboy after watching episodes of the show of E! Entertainment 2 called Wild Aunt, and decided to pursue her dream of becoming a playmate. This Wild Aunt reality show, I used to watch it too. I was little too. I think this show was launched before The Girls Next Door. Barely remember it, but it was about nightlife parties and worldwide travelings, about famous, stars of TV also, and this kind of luxury lifestyle. She sent photos to Playboy and attended to multiple parties at the Playboy mansion before meeting Hefner in person. During this time, she was working toward her master's degree in communications at the University of the Pacific. This is why in the intro of the show, she is shown as a kind of book library mouse. And that's why in my first video, I comment you that this is a weird mix of, theme of this reality show. It's a weird mix because they are not very compatible, except for, Bridget with Kendra and Kendra with Hefner, And I already explained you, but I'm gonna repeat again the role of each girl. Like Holly was the main girlfriend, the brain of I suppose, of the show as well, kind of, because many of the episodes were her idea, and she also supported the brand by choosing and helping with the production of every monthly Playmate of the Month launch. The calendars and all this, the contest. Like she was very into the business because that's how Capricorns are, like very brainy, they like working a lot. They, for some kind of reason, they're workaholics. They just like, like putting a structure in the things. And Bridget, she was just very like sociable, friendly. One of her virtues and merits is that we are very adaptable. We really adapt very much, and we are flexible. We are, well, it's kind of the same. We are like very neutral, when it comes to polemics. Like we don't like. We always see the things from different perspectives. We we are the mediators, and we can keep calm and soften tension moments, And also, like, some people can consider us as hypocrites. We tend to be misjudged like this because we really don't like trouble, like we don't like feeling that bad vibe around. So we prefer, like we like smoothing things over, and as long as to keep peace, around, in a good environment, That's why we are considered hypocrites, because it's like, okay, if I express this person my dislike openly, obviously she or he is gonna respond with negativeness also too, is gonna, answer with aggression or with judgment towards me too, with criticism, with, against me as well. So we are just like, we like harmony, like we don't like feeling there is like I don't know, like rivalry or open rivalities, we don't like dealing with it. So we just prefer like keeping things smooth, and if we don't like you or you don't like us, we just avoid you. And some people consider that as, I don't know, but that's how we are, We are also, like I said, very sociable, very charming. I remember in the Playboy parties, she used to host many of them. She used to organize as well. Like she was more in the social event organizing, and Holly was like I would say, like kind of like let's say, an example is like, let's say that Holly is the director of a movie or a show, and Bridget was like the producer, was a little bit below, but keeping things working as well, And Kendra was just the soul of the party. She was just the soul of the party. She was the friendly girl. She kept things up, the moods up, the good vibes, happiness, as well as Bridget. And yeah, like I say, they may click because, Holly and Bridget met before meeting Kendra. They were friends even before Kendra joined. But Kendra could, blend. She could mix very well with them because Bridget was Libra, and she kind of, like, I would say, like, they both adapt to each other, and she adopted her as her friend. And I think maybe the reason, because everybody who knows about basic astrology will know that Libra and Gemini, they can be best friends, they just get along. It's impossible, there is no way that they don't get at least along or well, So I think the only reason why they didn't make as close friends as Holly and Bridget was because the difference of ages. And maybe there were times when Holly, used to tell, Bridget, like, I mean, come on, you are older, way older, almost 10 years older than her, But yeah, I feel that Holly used the girls on her benefit, like both of them, as a shield to cover her real intentions or to protect herself when she didn't do the things right, when Hefner kind of get angry with her or dislike her. She knew she had the support of the girls and they could cover her, or defend her, or this kind of things. She used them as her shield and to keep going with the show as long as they could, while at the same time she was planning, like, getting a more serious engagement with Hefner, like getting married, having kids, especially in the third season, in the fourth season we can see her like a little bit more dismotivated, but in the third, because she, with little by little, she started realizing that this man doesn't want to marry her, and even less having kids, with her. So little by little, she started realizing. But in the third season, she's really excited. Like she brings the topic to the table as much as she can, and it never happened. It never happened. Things happen for a reason. I think Hefner was mature enough to know that it was not going to be a good thing making her pregnant with the different of ages. He was going to be literally like the grand grandfather of that kid, the baby that would have born if she had got pregnant. However, in the sixth season, he did married with Crystal Hefner. He do married is something that is kind of like a little bit weird because he never did it with Holly for some kind of reason. He never was enough convinced of marrying her, but he did it with Crystal. He did marry with her. Their living was real, was genuine. What we see in the show is how they was their real personalities, and the only thing that was scripted was maybe the content of each episode, talking about the topic of the day. Let's say, like I was explaining you about the episode where Bridget brings a dog trainer to the mansion at the same day and at the same time that Kendra gets level trainers, for improving her manners, her classy manners. Somebody decide what was that episode gonna be, right? I'm not saying it was Holly the one who decided. It's just a supposition that I'm doing. Like, it's my kind of theory maybe, because now that I'm watching the show, I'm realizing that she was really jealous, about Kendra, because her chemistry with Hefner, her natural, not forced. It was their living chronicle, But back now with this special episode of their bedtime histories of the best moments until the season 1 till season 3. Holly, oh my god! In this episode, I realized that probably Hefner didn't have too much intimacy with these other two girls, with Kendra and Bridget, because she's oh my god, she's so territorial. Like, I just cannot believe how she constantly separate them physically. It was very constant. Like every time they joined for watching, and also when they used to watch movies at the Cineteca, I don't remember what's the word of this place where they used to watch the movies. She was also in between them. Like the only place where she allowed, like, Bridget was right next to Hefner or Kendra or another girl was in the pictures, in the official pictures, in the red carpets, public events is when we can see the girls like really blended with him. But in this especially, it's like, what the hell? Like, I don't think if you share him with them, I don't think they will have had anything sexual, any intimation except for maybe cuddling. But in this episode, you can realize how jealous and territorial she was, I didn't like it, and I think it was the reason why Hefner never married with her, because there are some episodes where when she mentions the marriage, he's really scared. Like, he's like, fuck, I pass, I'm out of it. Or sometimes like she's talking about it, and he's like with her like smiling like this, and he's like, okay, whatever. And as soon as he turns his head, he's like, oh my god, no, I'm not gonna marry it. And it's obvious, like, if he was this controlled if he was like this controlled while they were only boyfriend girlfriend, imagine when he married her. Her plans are her kind of hidden, because sometimes she openly talked about it, was that getting rid of all the girls, even Kendra and even Bridget, and staying alone with him. That was her plans. Like, she really wanted to get rid of the girls, of all the girls. There's one season where they are in a radio program, a radio podcast, and they invite the 3 girls to the interview, and she kind of like, in a very suggestive way or discreet way, is trying to make it seem that she's gonna get rid of them, of Kendra and Bridget. Like, she make it seem that they are only, like, let's say, part of the cast of, like, guesses at the Playboy mansion. She make it seem like they're just guesses, and I think that's why this playmate is Polish. I don't know what was her name, which country she was, but she was an European playmate. And also, I suppose there gotta be more that dislike her besides Barbie Benton. But yeah, she really looks very, very, like, she was very clean. There is also a kind of memorable kind of episode, because it's the episode where they leave Hefner for kind of too long. Nowadays, in these times, 4 days is not that much, it's like nothing. But in these decades or in these years, it was too long, it was too much time for leaving somebody like a boyfriend or husband alone. And it's when they traveled to Alaska. They left for 4 days visiting, like, the kind of town where Polly Madison grown up to. She was born in Oregon, but when she was 2 years, her family moved to Alaska, and then after they come back to Oregon when she was at middle school.
Since Bridget and Kendra have shared their hometowns with me, I really want to take them to Alaska. Giz giz. What's the temperature like in Alaska? Should we look it up? High of 49. Brr. I'm gonna take the puffin pajamas. Yeah! We moved to Alaska from Oregon when I was 2 years old. My dad worked in the timber industry, so we moved up there. And, you know, we pretty much lived out in the woods. I mean, Craig is a very small town. We lived there for about 10 years, so I moved back to Oregon when I was 12. And
Well, this is bear country. Doesn't get any better than this for habitat.
we went looking for bears. We didn't see a bear. We went looking for whales. We didn't see a whale. They need to ban bear hunting and whale hunting. I'm about to seriously do like some sort of charity event.
In this episode, we can see some flashes on how Holly was like a kind of mean girl, because she says, I'm pretty sure he's missing us. He's kind, or he gotta be kind of counting the minutes for we to come back. But he always have the puppies while she's laughing about it, you know? This is one of the more emotive episodes because he's really missing them, you know? He even go to each their bedroom, cuddling and hugging and comforting the puppies of each girl, you know, Martini, Winnie, and the other dogs that I don't remember the names, the little kitten of Bridget too, and of course the puppies of Holly that they have in the main bedroom. And he really seems like, wow, like at the third day he's really like upset, you know, he's like, I miss them. This is a special episode because they visit the Holly town, you know. They go of course to restaurants, they go of course to bars. Holly tried to give them like a little tour in her old town where she grew up, but she realized that there are not many buildings. The buildings that used to be there in the past, they are not there anymore. And she, at some point, she seems to be kind of ashamed of her little town, you know, where she grown up, because the girls also seems a little bit uncomfortable. You know? There is a part where they met Holly's parents, and they, you know, like Bridget always tried to soften the moments or their uncomfortable moments, but they don't kind of judge her. I like this episode because it brings down to earth Holly again, you know, like it kind of reminds her where she comes from, you know, and she feels like a little bit, at least temporary, more humble, you know, and more down to earth. I think at the bottom, like, you know, Hefner, like, and also his friends or his relatives realized which were the real intentions of Holly. She wanted to be like a widow, you know, maybe she was expecting to marry him. He put all his goods under her name as a wife, and, you know, like heritaging all her goods, you know, the properties, the money, something like that. I feel, you know, because she really wanted to marry it, and maybe on their terms. So obviously, since the friends of Hefner and his relatives were as older as him and as mature, because obviously these kind of old people, they are way mature than many young people. Like Holly was 26 when she met him, she started, you know, with him, his relationship, and she was around 30 or 29 when they split. But I'm very sure like his close friends like Barbie Benton made him see or realize which were her real intentions, you know, to be honest with you, because her plans, you know, of her were going against his nature, against his lifestyle, you know. This was a very you know, a man that loved having women around, loved partying, you know, like not committing that much, and she wanted the total opposite from him, you know. Of course, many people close of him made him see that, you know, and that's why he was like kind of resisting, you know, like struggling with her, you know, like with her plans. There is I want to talk last but not least about but first of all, please, if you reach till this point of the video, please, I encourage you to subscribe, please. You are probably till this point of the video because you like it, you know, you are enjoying it, so please subscribe, leave your very valuable and love like, and also sharing it, share it whatever you want to or however you want to. So okay, there is an episode of the third season as well. It's the 14th episode where she of the third season, where she invites her family for the Playmate of the Year, you know, rewards, and that were done in the Playboy Mansion, you know, in in the garden of the mansion as multiple parties. And this episode is named Guess Who is Coming to Luncheon? To Luncheon. And this is an episode where Barbie Benton show up in the party and in the mansion for the second time. She was present in one episode of each of the seasons, except for the second one, because I'm pretty sure that Holly comforted her very much enough for she to keep coming during the whole second season. You know, for she to stop coming at all to the second season. But in the third season, she shows up, and that's why the name is Guess Who's Coming to Luncheon. And this is a kind of funny episode because when they are giving the award to the Playmate of the Year, you know, in this like kind of conference, you know, in the garden. I mean, before they start giving, you know, the speech, there are multiple tables, right? So there is a table where the family of Holly is seated with Barbie Benton, kind of. No, I mean, yes, they are seated with her. And at some point of this episode, like Holly's father started talking with her, like is his dream come true, meeting her in person because he was a fan, you know, like he loved her, he admired her. And at some point he gives her like I don't remember if it was like just like a picture, a portrait or a book, for she to give him an autograph and this item of him. During all this episode, Holly really seems uncomfortable. I got the feeling that she regret about inviting her parents or her family to this event, because she seems very uncomfortable when, like, you know, like around them, kind of. It's not like when it's not the same vibe that when Kendra invite her mother and grandma and her brother also to the parties, you know, to the events, or it's not either as close as the vibe of Bridget and her relatives, you know, her mom and her sister. It's like, it's different, you know, it's like more like it's more a reserved family, and they pretty much maybe don't even know like how like serious or how she's the main girlfriend. Like she just in resume, she seems embarrassed, you know, like ashamed a little bit. Not maybe of her family, but of the way they are, you know. And yeah, this is another of the memorable seasons. My favorite, you know, girl, along with her family, was Kendra. They were very friendly with Hefner, you know, the mother and the grandmother of Kendra. Very like, they love going the parties. Of the three families, they were the ones that used to go the most, you know, to the events. And it's totally different to Holly's, you know. So maybe I think that kind of influence also maybe in the relationship, but I think it was more, well, it was maybe the all the things, you know, like her family and her goals, you know, her mission, like, or her goals with him, with her relationship with Hefner, you know. So anyways, this is it for this video. I will make a third video where I'm gonna talk to you about the bad ending of this relationship, we conclude with the ending of this reality show with this cast, with these girls, the first girls, and also how Hefner met the new girls, Christian and Carissa, Shannon, as well as Crystal, as well as how Barbie Benton feels way different with the new girls, you know, in this new season, the sixth season, you know, with the twins and Crystal, because she totally feels the difference, you know, in the vibe, a totally different treatment, you know. And in this season, you can realize that she's not meaning to, you know, bad with him or having a relationship with him. Like you realize that she's just there for, you know, like partying and or hanging out with him, you know, not for, you know, like pretending to be the new girlfriend, you know, to pretending to be separate of the new young girls, you know, like Holly used to think, you know. I think that at the bottom she was just jealous that Hefner have a very good, like, I'm not gonna say real because he has a real chemistry with her too, but like a stronger relationship with Barbie, you know, that lasts for years or forever. With the pass of through the season 4 especially, is when we can get to see how their relationship start weakening, you know. Like, especially there is one episode, I don't remember which one it is, of the third season, no sorry, of the fourth season, where they are planning to build a new gym in the basement, or making like a...
Well, and there's different things, and they make implants for that. Gone. There are parts of this house that are cute and vintage 70s. But then there's parts that haven't, you know, held up so well, and they just need to be updated. And the gym is one of them. And then as far as stereo equipment, a little updating. Yeah. A record player. Yeah, come on. This is from the 80s. Okay, so we're getting rid of the record player. We all know Hef is really picky, but she doesn't even have to tell him. He would never know. He never goes down the gym, so who cares? Just do it, you know? what the f is I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. What does that mean? It's like before you were born. What about the couch? I want to replace the couch, and I want it to have the same thing so you can put your feet under here and do sit-ups. There's nothing that kills motivation to work out than that couch. It feels like you're sitting on a marshmallow if you dare sit down in it. And I want it to be firm, because one thing I hate is you're working out, you're all pumped up. Why do you want to feel like you're being sucked into the bog of eternal stench?
Making a remodeling of this gym, and there are times where she stopped calling him, like, where she stopped calling him buffing, you know, like she used to call him in a sweet way. And in one part of this episode, like, she's kind of giving the orders to the workers, you know, the remodelation workers. We can get to see how he started contradicting her, you know, at some parts, you know, of the episodes of the fourth season and of their relationship, you know, because like I said, both of the signs are dominant, both want to lead, both want to command, you know, give the orders or executing, you know, like the things, you know, they're kind of dominant. That's it, that's the resume of their relationship.
They have like 5 kids and they leave toys around. That's what it looked like to me. Hef hates change and he's gonna hate all this. Like, these can't be here. This is not supposed to be here. Maybe we can move this a little more that way and this so it's not falling off. We were putting everything away and still trying to move stuff around when all of a sudden... Oh no! I was horrified when Hef came into the gym because it wasn't done. Well, this is the new gym stuff. It's not where it's supposed to be, though. I wanted to move it back and then put a flat screen there, so, you know.
Well, the position is kind of strange way.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's really nice equipment.
Does anybody really think that they want to do this facing the wall?
Yeah, because there's going to be a TV there.
Yes, well, if you're going to watch TV, you're not going to be watching up that close.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, too. This is, you know, ridiculous.
You know, Hef is never going to like anything new. He might like it if he sees it when it's all finished and everything makes sense, but until then, no hope.
I think the criteria are twofold. One, you need to decorate it like you decorate a room, attractively. What was here before?
That sofa? This is the new sofa on your right.
I think if Hef had seen the gym after the old couch had been moved out, I don't even think he would have noticed that we had a new couch in there.
It's the identical sofa that's in the game house.
This one's
But it's
better.
been down here for 12, 15 years.
What this has
That one has.
been here.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason for moving it?
I like this one better. The new couch is like my personality. It's firm and it's down to business. When you're working out and you need to sit down for a second and you sink in like you die, you lose all momentum. And this one's very, very firm and nice. The only reason Hef likes that old couch is it's been here since 1971. Things haven't changed.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a nightmare.
I think that kind of influence also maybe in the relationship, but I think it was more, well, it was maybe all the things, you know, like her family and her goals, you know, her mission, like, or her goals with him, with her relationship with Hefner, you know. So anyways, this is it for this video. I will make a third video where I'm gonna talk to you about the bad ending of this relationship, conclude with the ending of this reality show with this cast, with these girls, the first girls, and also how Hefner met the new girls, Christian and Carissa, Shannon, as well as Crystal. So this is it for this video. I hope you like it, and please, like I said before, subscribe, leave your thumbs up, and share whatever you want to, okay?